Alright, welcome to Mana Drain. This is episode 26. I'm Mox Bordigan. I have with me Eli. What's up, buddy? How are you doing?
Good.
That's great to hear. So, we got quite a bit to talk about today. What are we going to talk about today?
Pokemon cards and the new set with the goblins against Merfolks.
Right. So this is we're going to talk about, you've got a couple new Pokemon cards to add to your blue and
green
Pokemon deck. Yep. So we're going to do that.
And white, because it's normal.
Oh, the colorless. Yeah. You're right. It's got blue and green in there, and then you've got a couple colorless cards in there. So we're talking about that, and then we're going to talk about the new Merfolk versus Goblins deck that we picked up this past weekend. That looks pretty fun. So we're going to do that last. We're going to go through some of the cards that are in there. So let's talk about what new cards did you get for your Pokemon deck?
A Gyarados.
Okay. You hold it up, or are you going to hold it up? Let's see. Hold it a little bit closer so that you can see it. So there's Gyarados. It's a shiny Gyarados, isn't it?
No, it's a normal.
Oh, it's a normal. He's got like a little bit of hologram in his background. Okay, and what else did you get? Well, let's talk about the Gyarados first. So what's his CP?
HP?
Or is that HP? Yeah, HP. Sorry. What's his HP? You can tell I don't play Pokemon, so what's his HP?
130.
130. Okay, and then can you read that? What's that say?
No, I can't read it.
Come on, sound it out.
Sharp Fang.
Sharp Fang, yep. And how much damage does that deal? 60. Okay, and then he's got Swing Around, which is 60 plus. But do you know what does it do? What is it?
Flip 2 coins. This attack does 30 more damage of each heads.
For each heads. So it can do a total of 90 damage if you've got 1 blue and 3 of anything. 3 colorless, I guess, is the energy color. You need to scooch forward. There you go. So that's pretty cool, right? And we also picked up a new Magikarp too, because you got one in your deck?
I got one, yeah.
You got one? Make sure you're talking to your mic. So you got 2 Magikarps now and 1 Gyarados. Not too bad. Okay, and your next card is what? I can hold it up for you. Rayquaza. So what does Rayquaza do? What's her HP?
120.
120. And then she has an ability called Turbo Storm. And how much does it cost?
It costs 2 of anything.
And
the attack damage does 30.
All right, and then it says attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. So when you do this attack, it deals 30 damage, but you also can bring back 2 energy cards and put them on one of your other guys. And then how much does Dragon Claw do?
80.
80 damage. And it costs 3 colorless. So that's your new cards. You pretty excited about them? I have no clue if they're good or not.
Next podcast we can try it out, and you can use one of my other decks.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's not a bad idea.
And I can use this deck.
You can use this deck.
Even.
Oh yeah, you want to show them your
box?
You want to show them your box? Hold your box up.
I even got this box.
Yeah.
It's a shiny Gyarados.
Yep.
And on the back.
Make sure you're talking to your mic though.
And on the back, it's just a Mega Evolve of Gyarados.
A Mega Evolve? Mega Evolve?
Mega Evolve.
There you go.
And
cool.
It's a shadow of it.
Okay. It's a silhouette. Very cool. So you can go ahead and put those back in your box. Okay. You want me to go ahead and crack open our dual decks?
I want to do it.
Okay, here, I'll get it started for you so you can pull it. Make sure you get them in there. They in there? Cool. All right, and we'll slide that up there so it's out of the way. Go ahead and scooch back a little bit so you can still talk into the microphone. So while you're doing that, I've got the ability to pull up the cards on screen for everybody. So let's see here. You get it? Do you need some help? Whoa, don't. Here. Careful. So you can spill the cards all over the place. So if you go here and there you go, and slide, it should slide right out. Okay. So inside the dual deck, the box. Hold on a second. So you get a couple different things, right? So not only do you get 2 full 60 card decks, you also get some other goodies. So like these, they come in here, they're all flat, but they're actually makeshift deck boxes for your cards. So they're not like the best of boxes, but I think I'm almost positive they updated the size, because originally these weren't big enough to hold sleeved cards, but nope, they are big enough to hold sleeved cards now. So that's good, right? See? So even though
you put my Gyarados in there.
Yeah, but I mean even though it's the same size of a Magic card, right? So before the past few, or the original dual decks, you couldn't fit sleeved Magic cards in there. So the big problem was Wizards was not supporting players the way they wanted to play. Like people sleeve their cards, right? That's just what they do nowadays, because there's monetary value available, and they people trade their cards in. So you get one box. Nope, it's not a pack. It's one box for each deck. All right. So then it folds up nice and neat like that. So that's pretty cool.
I wonder how this did.
So what else do you got in there? You got a dual deck. Okay, so these are deck lists. So it comes with. Okay, so this is important for you. You know why this is important for you? Because it tells you every card that's in both of these decks. The reason why it's good for you is because you tear apart decks and don't put them back together. Like talking to your microphone. Lean back and talking to your mic. So when 2 days from now, when both of these decks are destroyed and no longer together, I can look at that and say, all right, this deck had this card and this many of this card and this many of this card, and put it back together. So which deck do you want to talk about first? So you get 2 spin downs. So these are like your life counter things.
I want the black and white one.
The black and white one. So you get 2 of the spin downs. So it helps keep your life total.
I want to talk about the goblin.
Okay, you want to talk about the goblins? Okay, so the first card is a foil card. Now, these are... Let me see if I can get this to come up correctly. So how much does he cost?
He costs 2 red.
Okay, 2 red. So his name is Warren Instigator. And he's 2 red. What's his power and toughness?
1/1.
He's a 1/1?
He's a...
Scooch up.
He's a...
They
He's
can't
a
hear.
baby.
He's a little guy, but the good thing is, so he has double strike. So when he attacks, right? If he deals first strike damage, so he'll deal 1 damage, and then he'll deal regular damage, so he'll deal 1 again. So if he gets blocked by a 2/1 or a 2/2, then your guy will deal 1 damage, and then they will both trade one damage and 2 damage. So both guys will die. And then likewise, if he attacks somebody and they don't block him, he'll deal 1 damage, and then he'll deal a 2nd damage because he has double strike. Now, the cool part about this guy is, and this is where you want to pay attention, because you want to play this deck. Whenever he deals damage to an opponent, you may put a goblin creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. So you can just play any goblin from your hand for free.
Oh, for
nothing. For absolutely nothing. And it's a cool, nice little... It's a foil card, so it's nice and shiny.
Wait.
It's shiny.
Is it a shiny?
It is shiny.
I didn't saw a shiny. Didn't saw the shiny on it. It didn't see the shiny.
So we're going to go ahead and... Before it gets too... We're going to go ahead and sleeve that up so it doesn't get all bendy. Because that's what their foils do. Okay, before you start cracking into those cards, let's see what you got there. What do you got? Go ahead and lay them out. Let's see. You got it? Need some help?
No.
Yep, there goes the top of all those cards.
What?
Oh boy.
I don't get your secret.
You don't get the joke? The joke is you just pulled the plastic across the top of them, pretty much damaging all the tops of that 60 card deck. But that's okay. I mean, it's all in fun. It's all in fun. So what kind of cards did you get in there? You got some goblin tokens. Here, give me a stack of cards so I can put some cards up there. Otherwise, people are just looking at you, looking down at your crotch. Here, you're just looking at land now. So here, you look at that. I'll take this because that's all land. So the deck comes with enough land to play the deck. It's a 60 card deck. So let's see here. The rares are on top. So let's talk about the rares.
Yay, rares! Go rares!
So besides the instigator, you're also gonna get, let's see here, goblin diplomats. Here you go. This is a good one. Goblin Rabble Master. This is a card that was.
Is that
It's a rare. This was a card that was popular a few years back. I don't think I got all the cards. There it is. This is a card that was way popular a few years back. Other goblins you control attack each turn if able. Right, so if you've got 4 goblins in play, and then you have this guy in play, those 4 other goblins have to attack no matter what. Okay? So then at the beginning, he's got a couple of abilities. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, you get to put a 1/1 red goblin creature token with haste onto the battlefield. So that's one of these little, and they give you little token things too. One of these little guys. He's a 1/1. So.
Can I see the token?
Yep, there you go. So at the beginning of your turn, you put one of those in play. So you're automatically getting guys. So he's pumping out 1/1s like crazy, and they have haste, so they can attack first turn. The other thing that Goblin Rabble Master has is his third ability is whenever he attacks, it gets a +1/+1 until end of turn for each other attacking goblin you control. So when he attacks, if you are attacking with your 4 goblins, he's getting +4/+0, which makes him a 6/2. So he's a pretty powerful creature. Well, he's a 2/2, but with that third ability, depending on how many attacking goblins you have, he gets +1/+0 for each attacking goblin. So it could be huge.
So how?
Make sure you're talking in your mic.
So how much, like, it's a 2/2, how much does he grow up?
Rabble Master's damaged. Okay, what'd you say? So if you attack with 1 goblin, right, and you attack with Rabble Master, right, he's gonna get +1/+1 for each other, or +1/+0 for each other attacking goblin. So how many attacking goblins are there? 2. Now he's saying each other, so he doesn't count himself, so he counts this guy. So he gets 1 +1/+0 until end of turn. So if you attack with 20 goblins, he gets +20/+0 until end of turn. So that'll make him a 22/20. Yeah, exactly. So he's huge. I'm kind of disappointed our Goblin Rabble Master is just a little destroyed there. It's got like a printing error. See the the corner, how it's gray?
Let me see.
Yeah, that's weird. It doesn't feel any difference. It's just a misprint. It looks like the printer ran out of ink or something like that. That's unfortunate. Even like it's definite. The printer was definitely running out of ink because like the border is all funky. It's like a yellow. It's like they're running out of red. I don't know. That's weird. All right. So the next card we have up is Goblin Diplomats, and this is how much does he cost? That guy right there.
He costs 1 of anything and 1 red.
1 of anything and 1 red. And what's his power and toughness?
2/1.
2/1. Not too bad. Not too good, not too bad. But his ability actually is much better, right?
Yeah.
So you tap him, and it says each creature attacks this turn. So that means the way this deck will win is it will just overrun its opponent with multiple goblins, right? So you can force your opponent to attack into you, and you can either, make the blocks you need to make, and then it leaves them wide open so you can attack back into them and hopefully overrun them. Right?
Too many guys in here.
Well, what other rare? There's another rare right there on top there. Hold on a second. Can I see the cards? We already talked about that one. Actually, no. These are the ones we were looking at. So the next one is Goblin Chieftain. This is an older card too. This guy is one of the lords from an old set. I think going back to M10, M12, way back when. Man, this one's got a print. All these cards have printing errors on it. That's so weird. We might have to take these back to the store. Like this one doesn't even have its numbers are completely missing.
Let me see.
Come on, focus. There should be numbers in that square. There's no numbers.
I think it's a 2-2.
Well, I know it's a 2-2, but there's no printing there is what I'm saying. Yeah, we'll be taking this back. This is ridiculous. Look at all these. They're all damaged.
But this one's nice.
It looks like all the rares are the ones that are damaged. Whew. That's terrible. Yeah, we'll be taking these back. But anyway, so Goblin Chieftain is a 2-2 for how much? Sit up.
1 of anything and 2 red.
All right. Do you see what is his ability? What's that word?
Haste.
Haste. Do you remember what haste is? Not affected by
flying.
Nope, he's not affected by summoning sickness. So he can attack the first turn. Right? Yes, sir.
Can I get a drink?
Can you get a drink? Yeah, go get a drink. Just put your headset on the chair. That's fine. I don't know if they're going to be worth any more money. I seriously doubt they'll be worth anything. There's a market for damaged cards or misprinted cards, but it's hard to say. While Eli's getting a drink, it's hard to say. I don't know. I would rather have the cards in pristine order because I want to play with them. But then again, if I take them into the store and they're like, oh yeah, we'll buy them off you, I'll sell them. No doubt about it. But anyway, getting back to the card. So Goblin Chieftain, like Eli said, is a 2/2 with haste for 3 mana, and then it gives all your other goblins you control +1/+1 and haste. So this is helpful because, like I said before, this deck is all about dropping as many creatures as quickly as possible. Obviously, they're all going to be goblins. However, making them bigger is gonna help you win more battles and end the game much quicker. Let's see here. So we're gonna go over a couple more. Let's see here. So this one's interesting. Okay, be very careful. Okay. I know the cards are damaged, but we don't want water and cardboard do not mix. So this right here. So look at this guy. So this is Goblin Goon. How much does he cost?
3 of anything and 1 red.
3 of anything, 1 red. Yep. And I know you can't read it on our card, but right here, what is he? What's his power and toughness?
6/6.
He's a 6/6. So that's really good for a 4-mana creature, right? So he's a goblin mutant. So he can't attack or block unless you control more creatures than your opponent. So, and like I was just telling our audience, this deck is all about getting as many creatures on the battlefield as quickly as possible, right? Mm-hmm. So that's pretty easy to make happen. Now the last card, and I think this is the reason why I think you're going to like this deck, because you are all about making as many creatures as possible and getting to use all your tokens and things like that. Let me see if I can find him here. Where did he go? There he is. So this is a card that I used to play with a couple years back. His name is Krinko Mob Boss. How much does he cost? Here you go.
2 of anything and 2 red.
Okay, you're not talking to your mic. Remember, you gotta talk into your mic. Yep, we'll fix that later. So he costs 2 of anything and 2 red. And you can't see it on here, but he's a 3/3. Now his ability is what's really cool. So you can tap him, and you get to create X11 red goblin creature tokens, where X is the number of goblins you control. Right? And he himself is a goblin, so he's going to count himself. So if you have him plus 4 other guys, right? So what's 1 plus 4? 1 plus 4. 5. There you go. So you have 5 goblins in play, and you tap him. You are going to get 5/1/1 goblins right then and there that stay on the battlefield. So now you've got 10. Right? Mm-hmm. So you can.
If you put these 5, these 4, this guy.
Well, you don't put them on the battlefield. You don't put cards from your hand. You create tokens. So you create these guys. They still count as goblins, right? The token cards, they still count as goblins, right? So, and if you've got your if you have your goblin chieftain in play, not only are they 1/1s, but now they're 2/2s, and they have haste. So now they can attack the turn they come down. And yeah, so if you're attacking, you're pretty well off, and you got your Goblin Rabblemaster, which is going to make him bigger because he gets +1/+1 for all your attacking goblins. So you can kind of see the energy here, or this energy where, like I said, the idea is play as many goblins as you can, and then there's these goblin lords that we just talked about, the chieftain, the Rabblemaster, Krinko. They do special things based on how many goblins you have. They give your goblins buffs, like different buffs and things like that, so that you can attack through your enemies. Cool.
Like as many times like you can with it alive.
Right. Well, I think the idea is with the goblin deck, you're not going to do like 4 or 5 attacks. I think you're looking at getting 4 or 5 guys on the battlefield and just doing one kind of, they call it an alpha strike, where you're dealing 20 damage in one turn, just kind of catching your opponent off guard, right? So, all right. So I'm going to open up the blue deck, which comes with this super awesome Master of Waves. Let me pull that up here. So the Goblin deck is all red.
This deck is all blue.
Yep, this deck is all blue. So Master of Waves. So this is a new art for the card. Like, this is a reprint from Theros, I believe. Master of Waves is 1 blue and 3 generic. And it's a Merfolk wizard. And what's his power and toughness?
2/1.
There you go, 2/1. Yep. And he has protection from red, which is extremely strong because your whole deck is red. So protection from red. Do you remember what protection from red does? Focus. So protection from red allows you to block a red creature, and it doesn't deal damage. And pretty much anything red will be stopped by this card. Okay. Now this guy also has this fantastic ability that counts how many blue mana symbols are in your permanents. So the symbols in the top right of the corner, anyone that has a blue symbol. So not the 3 in this instance, but the blue one. So that's 1, right? So it says, when Master of Waves enters the battlefield, create a number of 1/0 blue elemental creature tokens equal to your devotion to blue. So devotion is how many blue pips do you have on the battlefield. So if you have just this guy, you're going to get 1/0, right? Or if you've got 5 blue guys that have 1 each, then you're going to get 5 elementals that are 1/0s. Now, what's keeping them from dying, because they have 0 defense, is he gives all elementals you control +1/+1. So they're actually 2/1 elementals. Okay, so that's that. He's a lot of fun. We built a deck. He was at the center. I had a an elemental deck that he was a huge part of. This Master of Waves guy. So let's see here. Let's just take a look at some of the rares here. These are.
Here we go. Ooh, it even says the type, like what's inside there.
Mm-hmm. That's the symbol.
No,
yep.
I mean on the box right here.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So let's see here.
Because This one says it's blue.
That one says it's blue, and the other one says it's red.
Mm-hmm. Mine says it's red. Yours is...
So this is another card. This guy was actually a recent card that was printed. That's been reprinted for this special set. So Harbinger of Tides costs 2 blue, and what's his power and toughness?
2-2.
I don't think they heard you.
2-2.
There you go. So he's kind of a card you want to keep in your hand. There's a lot of text on here, so I'm going to kind of read it slow. So you may cast Harbinger of Tides as though it had flash, meaning you can cast it at any time during the game, during your opponent's turn, during your turn, for 2 additional colorless mana. Right? So it's 2 blue and 2 colorless if you want to cast it during your opponent's turn. Right? So when Harbinger of Tides enters the battlefield, you may return target tapped creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. So this is good for a couple different reasons. You don't necessarily have to pay the 2 extra mana to get that extra kickback where you put a creature back into their hand, but it's nice to be able to have that flexibility. So if you have 4 extra mana, you can bring back, like if they go to their attack phase and say, I'm attacking with this 7/7 dragon. You can say, oh, well, during attacks, I'm going to pay 4 mana and bring in my Harbinger of Tides and bounce that dragon to your hand. So you are no longer attacking with it, and I'm on the battlefield, and you can now attack with it your next turn. So it's a
little lot good, because if you have weak guys and you spawn him in, and he had like a 10-10.
You're not talking to your microphone. They can't hear you.
If you have weak guys and
they have a 10-10,
yeah,
you can bounce the 10-10.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you can put the 10-10 back in their hand. That way they have to recast it again.
Yeah.
So you get
and board them up. Like, beat them up the next turn.
Oh, beat them up the next turn. Here. There you go. So the next card that there's 2 more cards that I want to talk about. Master of the Pearl Trident. How much does he cost?
He costs 2 blue.
2 blue, and what's his power and toughness?
2-2.
2-2. So he's kind of like one of your Goblin Chieftain. He gives other merfolk you control +1/+1 and Island Walk. Now Island Walk I don't think is going to be relevant in this.
Tight.
I don't think is going to be relevant. Oh, maybe it will be. Holy smokes. They did bring some stuff in here. Okay, so Island Walk says basically this creature cannot be blocked if the opponent it's attacking controls an island, right? So if you control an island, which you don't have an island in your deck, you just have mountains. So normally this card wouldn't do anything. But they've added in a special card here to kind of combo off with this. I say combo off very, very loosely. Let's see your stream. Let's see here. There it is. So there it is. Okay, so this one, I know that's kind of fuzzy. Holy smokes. This merfolk, actually, the second ability allows you to tap him, and target land becomes an island until end of turn. So I can turn one of your mountains into an island, and now all my merfolk can attack you, and you can't block. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good. So I can't do any damage to you, and
well, you won't be able. You can still attack me on your turn, but on my turn, if I have those 2 cards out, I can make one of your mountains islands, right? And then that will make my Island Walk active. So then all my merfolk can now attack, and you cannot block them. So it's a good way to get through extra points of damage. Pretty cool, huh?
Mm-hmm. I put my cards in the box.
You put your cards in the box. Very good. Cool. So.
See?
Very good. We've got some sleeves too. So that's all the cards that I wanted to talk about. The only other thing that I picked up that is new is Ultra Pro released a new premium sleeve line called Pro Matte Eclipse.
I I might use that.
So we got blue, and then we also got some red ones.
I want red.
Well, obviously we're not gonna put the red deck in blue. That would be psycho. Like the world would fall apart. Can you leave that in there?
I
So
want red on that.
we will put red on there. So we're gonna sleeve up the deck. We'll probably play it sometime this week. Probably gonna take that red deck back and see if they won't give me a new red deck for, because that's pretty bad. All those printing errors. I don't like that. So, is there any cards in there that you like?
Okay.
Pick a card out of that deck that's your favorite. Even though you haven't seen, played, or anything like that, I do suspect. I do want to say this. I suspect that these will be really fun to play with. Very like nostalgic for me, just because these are two of the tribes that I started playing with. Back when I started playing Magic, Merfolk and Goblins were all over the place, and we really haven't gone back to playing them as much, just because they're never in the same set together, at least not in this capacity.
These are my two favorite. Not that one. These two are my favorite.
Okay, so this one.
Yep.
So Goblin War Driver. So he is. How much does he cost?
2 red.
2 red. And what's his power and toughness?
2/2.
2/2. And he's got an ability called Battle Cry. Now I've never played with the ability. I've never played with this ability. It was when I was in between my playing time. But Battle Cry says whenever this creature attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0. So this gives your other guys a little bit of a bump. That's good, right? And then you said this one, Boggart Brute, I think is what that says. What's his power and toughness?
3/2.
He's a 3/2. How much does he cost?
2 of anything and 1 red.
2 of anything, 1 red. And he's got Menace. Menace is a lot of fun because you have to block it with 2 or more creatures. So, it's a good creature early, because if your opponent doesn't play a second or a third creature, he can get in a couple bits of damage. But the other thing that, especially in this red deck, and that you're going to figure out real quick, is with all these different buffs. So even like Goblin War Driver, the card that we just talked about, when both of these guys attack, your Brute is going to get +1/+0. So he's actually going to be a 4/2. So the idea here is the 2 creatures that have to block the Brute are going to die, because you're going to be able to divide up that damage, that 4 damage, or however much damage it's going to be between the 2 blocking creatures. So you're going to definitely get some use out of him.
So it's going to, with both of these, that would make up to 6, I think.
Yeah, 6. You're right. You're absolutely right, because this guy is a 3/2. This guy's a 2/2. So when you attack, your Goblin War Driver gives your Brute +1/+0. So he actually attacks for 4 damage, and your War Driver still attacks for 2. So 6 damage. Very good. Cool. Do you have anything else you want to say, or before we go?
Nope.
Nope. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. If you're watching on Facebook, everybody, we really appreciate it. Poppy, Mom, I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much. Say hi. Say hi to them.
Hi.
If you're watching on Twitch, we really appreciate that. You can check us out live every Monday about 7 o'clock at twitch.tv/72DPI online. Make sure to head over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/72DPI online. Get subscribed. We hit our 12 subscriber mark. We've got 12 subscribers, Eli. High five.
And get a big fat thumbs up.
Oh, and give it a big fat thumbs up. Is there a difference? Is there a thin thumbs up versus a fat thumbs up? Or is it just the video?
It's just
How do people like the video?
Have a thumbs up. If it thumbs down, that means you don't like it.
Right, we don't want that. You gotta give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. We'll be back next Wednesday. Coming up tomorrow, Angel and I are actually starting a new podcast. Well, it's not a podcast. It's a stream. We're going to stream old video games every Tuesday night after the children go to bed. So tomorrow, to kind of tease you guys a little bit, Angel has requested to play Dark Cloud 2 for the PlayStation 2.
Wait, can I see that?
Yeah, you can see that. So that's what we'll be playing tomorrow night. And I've never played that. And that's kind of what started this whole thing. Was we created 2 lists of games that we would go back and we would like to go back and play again for the first time. And her list and our list were completely different. And Amanda's like, "Well, what if we actually played these games on stream?" You want me to finish my thought, or are you just going to go ahead and interrupt?
No.
I forgot what I was talking about, so go ahead. What were you going to say?
Why would you play a game with Mommy instead of me and do it with both of us?
Because there's only enough screen for you on this thing. I'm actually surprised I fit on here, buddy. There's only enough. I mean, I've got this little screen, so all 3 of us couldn't fit. There's no way. It's just not possible. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
I don't know. Talk to Mom. It was her idea. Anyway.
Okay, I will go talk.
You're going to go talk to her? All right. Well, say goodnight.
Good night.
We'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.